What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Brick Brother Podcast. Y'all already know, man, we doing big things. Right now, I got my boy, Edrick, man. We got the biggest fight of our life coming up against Kamaru Usman, June 14th. But we in Atlanta right now. You already know, man. So we've been out here for a little minute. Bro, the vibes is cool, man. Atlanta been good to us, bro.
Well, lead me into it. As we were just talking about, you know, the vibe, aesthetic, the trip, everything. I know how I feel about it. Before I guess, how do you feel about just the overall trip and vibe, aesthetic?
Man, I've been loving it. I feel like, you know, as soon as we came down here, the first time I came down, I did some interviews, I did some media. I linked up with this gym called Lions Cage, right? So linked up with my guy, EJ, man, real cool dude, bro. Showed us a bunch of love while he was out here. I'm literally talking about my man stayed up until like whatever 3 just to let us into the spot so we can get a workout in and make sure that we is nice and prepared for this upcoming fight. But with that being said, us coming back out here, you know, he's been very hospitable. His boy, you know, Coach Amir, you know, doing great things, man. I mean, my man straight out of what's my man Forrest Whitaker, bro? He played in that movie. Hold on, dog. I got it though. Look up that movie for me though, Trav. Ghost Dog. Thank you. Yeah, the real life Ghost Dog in this thing, right? But I feel like just the whole atmosphere, man. Us being out here, us being with that group and that team, it's just good energy and good vibes to be around.
Definitely. You know, quick flight from St. Louis. Everything went smoothly.
You good, Rob?
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you so much.
You know, we got assistants now.
But no, you know, good vibes, very short flight. And then just we hit the ground running. I like Atlanta, as you said. The people at Lions Cage MMA, just amazing. Coach Amir, my guy EJ, everybody's just been so helpful. That Southern hospitality is real. Even just going to the track and everything like that, you know, everybody's just been willing to help and showing a lot of love. So I appreciate everybody for that.
No, everybody been cool. But like even us doing the track work, man. Who we meet? Bobby? Oh man, Bobby. Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. The story you told about Billy Blanks was wild though.
About to be 78 years old, walking with a 100-pound weight on his vest
every day,
on his chest with the vest on
every
day in boots.
Yeah.
He said whether it rain. It's 100 degrees anytime.
It
so
don't matter.
Shout out my guy Bobby.
Shout out to Bobby. OG Bobby Johnson.
And then we met former Lions football player. I forget my guy name.
Kalimba Edwards.
Kalimba Edwards. Shout out Kalimba.
Yeah.
And then we met the
Cedric.
His name's Cedric. He won gold medal in long jump. But everybody was so fantastic, great, real humble, real helpful.
Good people.
But let's get into the training. You know what I'm saying? Being at Lions Cage, you know, they gave us the opportunity to really kind of just do what we wanted to do. You know, can you talk about kind of that setup and how that came together a little bit?
I think with that being said, you know, as long as we have, you know, the things that we need, whether that's the bags, you know, the mats, dealing with, you know, resistant bands, jump rope, like, it don't matter where we go. As long as we got the equipment to work, man, we're going to figure something out. So with EJ, whatever we needed, he made sure that he'll pull it up, right? I'm talking about literally even with the bag they got up against the wall, you know what I mean? He filled it up with more, you know what I'm saying, stuff in order for it to be a little bit more thicker so we can land a little bit more impact, right? My man, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I wish I had a massage gun. Oh, I'm going to order something for you right now, right? Like anything that we needed, bro, EJ took care of us. So I just really feel like, you know, the training here in Atlanta just came right on time. For all the work we've been putting down in St. Louis, man, me working with Jeff Henry and St. Charles MMA, right, nothing has slowed down, right? As soon as we got here, like you said, bro, we went straight to the gym, we went straight to work, man, and ain't nothing really stopped. But, yeah, I think the training's been A1.
Yeah, no, I think it's gone great. Just even EJ and those guys cheering us on during training sessions, moving away so we have extra space and just really letting us kind of take over the gym. It's like a home away from home, and I appreciate all those guys for doing that. I guess it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine. We did run into one little hiccup here.
We sure did, though.
At the YMCA, you want to tell the fans what happened?
I mean,
a little
bit? We heard about y'all Atlanta guys out here, boy. Y'all quick with it. But, you know, we had a situation, even though we got a lot of love out here, man, we've been getting embraced, you know what I'm saying? Like, Buddy got me for my stuff. They stole my phone, wallet, and keys. I'm talking about took all 3 of my.
The essentials, man.
The essentials, bro. Right. But no stress, no nothing, bro. I got a great team. With my girl Rock right here, with Todd, with Shagun, and they made sure to help, recover all the items that I needed, which was beautiful, But yeah, I think it was some little young YNs that got us, bro. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that got us on the basketball court.
Probably those.
Because I don't think they stole. I think they probably just hid my stuff.
They probably thought it was funny, or just like look who I stole from, just to
say I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, because the little homeboy came up to me with the little video with the highlight. Yeah, no, you remember that. So we gonna play the video for y'all, but I know the actual kid that made it. I'm like, man, who made this video right here? And then to find out exactly who it was, I'm like, and I wanted to react, but I know I had to stay cool. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I can't bust this kid
going up to you after your stuff got stolen and like, hey, look at this funny edit I made. It's crazy. And then Darian be like, oh, y'all want a picture?
Yeah, I want a picture.
But of course, you in classy fashion are always giving to the fans. Still take a picture.
Either way, it ain't nothing but love.
But no, even at the YMCA, we had some fun. It hasn't been all work. Going to the park playing basketball.
Yeah. I bought out on you at first.
No,
my boy DiMaggio.
You put it on live. You know what I mean? You told the world. You did. I mean, I felt like after that one initial win, I just kind of dominated. You know what I'm saying?
No, you did your thing. I was getting tired, man. I'm losing weight, bro. So I'm a little tired.
I mean, you had the Jordan rules. We couldn't touch you. I feel like every time.
Who said that?
You were like, oh guys, I'm getting ready for the fight.
Bro. Don't put me out there like that.
Don't try to injure me. You didn't say that?
Why you lying on camera? I did not say that.
Maybe I got a bad memory. I'm sorry.
I was doing the little drizzy, boy. I was crossing you up.
The drizzy?
Yeah, the drizzy.
What basketball player that?
It don't matter about who basketball player. That nigga, that's the crossover. You know what I'm saying? I almost sued Jazz. You touched me? I got you.
No. It's just funny. But no, it was fun just kind of getting active, doing something different, playing football, doing some of the things for, with the team that kind of took our mind off of just the training and everything like that. But obviously, the reason why everybody's here is the big fight. You versus Usman, headlining State Farm Arena. Obviously, we're going to talk about the whole card, but let's talk about the big one, you and Usman.
Obviously, right? Biggest fight that we can make. I've been shouting out his name for a minute. I think I'm the only person that called Kamaru Usman out of any one of my competitors and my peers in the welterweight division. But with this being said, man, I know that this is my shot. This is my shot to go and get that gold and exactly what I want. Because a lot of people for the longest time talking about, one kick wonder, gonna be a journeyman, right? Going down to 170, a lot of people thought, I either wasn't gonna make the weight, I was either gonna get tired, I was gonna do all this shit. But now that I'm here, and we fighting number 5 in the world,
number 5,
right? Former champ, future Hall of Fame. Once we actually expose what we can do against this guy, there ain't no debate that I need to fight for a title. Period.
I mean,
and the nigga ain't got no knees, so this should be easy work.
I can't even make fun of his knees. I ain't got no knees, but so I feel his pain. But I guess the thing I want to say, I don't want to end it there. A lot of people is calling Usman the GOAT. They were telling me he was the welterweight GOAT just a couple fights ago. So I just want to put that out there and not have that revisionist history of all the recent welterweights you can mention, whether it's Tyron Woodley or Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad. Nobody's held the title and done the things that he's been able to do. Now, we can talk about the resume being a little shaky with the guys, 3 opponents, but everybody was just screaming he was the GOAT before that. I think a lot of people forget that he hasn't lost to anybody except Leon Edwards in the welterweight division. So even though he's on a 3-fight losing streak, Hamzat at 85 on a week's notice, maybe 2 weeks, whatever it was, and then Leon, who is the champion. So what does that opportunity do for you?
It really shows the world exactly what we made for and what we gonna do. Because like you said, they was arguing that this man is gonna be the GOAT one day, right? And having these, dual fights with Colby Covington, right? Beating a person like Tyron Woodley, who himself, right, could have been, put up there, right, in the Mount Rushmore of welterweight fighters. With Kamaru Usman, yet again, I think, in my opinion, that going out there and not just getting my hand raised and winning, but going out there and knocking out a person like Kamaru Usman, you got to put me in that talk too, right? You got to put me in the conversation as well. And then having that conversation being said, we got to get that title because nobody else in the world is going to be able to kind of fight for the position where I'm at because I didn't already show the work that I've been putting in is mine for the take.
No, I agree. I think, the resume speaks for itself. What you've been able to do, what the team's been able to help you do, it's just been incredible. You talk about 6-0 on the welterweight division. You fighting 3 ranked guys, finishing all of them on the cusp of finishing a 4th contender. I don't think anybody resume besides the champion stands up with yours. I don't see anybody with that.
And I don't even see the champion standing up with mine, right? JDM, even with the major fight that he had with Bilal and going to war with him, but who the fuck did JDM fight, right? The only ranked guy that I believe that he did finish, right, but he was getting whooped was by Gilbert Burns. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like the resume alone for myself with me knocking out Vicente, Wonder Boy, Kobe, and then yet again, we gonna put it into the air right now. We're gonna knock out Kamaru Usman come June 14th. Like, there's no debate about it. My resume is above everybody else's, right? And with that being said, with JDM, he got blessed the title, bro. He been in a position where he fought was going to fight Leon. They could have called me. We was free. We was good. But they blessed him with the title, and he was able to do what he did. But I know that the work that I put in and all the things that I have been doing is going to put me in a position to fight for that world title. And JDM ain't going to be no match for me either.
No, I agree. Obviously, coaching for you, I know what you're capable of. I believe our resume speaks for itself, what we've been able to do in the welterweight division, and it's just a matter of time. I feel like with this, there should be no more. We don't have to do anything else. I feel like with the number of ranked guys you have fighting and the time frame that you've done it in, it speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's it. I don't feel like we should have to wait. I feel like this is going to show everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and also with that being said, all the things that we doing right now, how we promote and how we sell ourselves to the fans and getting these opportunities, right? Not just sitting back and just like, all right, we just gonna get this fight going. Like, we out here, we promote, we doing what needs to be done in order for as many eyes to be seen as possible. No, that's the biggest part, right? You gotta promote as best as possible, man, in order to get as many people involved around the fight. These guys like JDM, Sean Brady, like, they not the ones to do that, right? They just gonna wait. They gonna train their little butt off, right? But they not gonna make no noise in their interviews, and they not going to try to press themselves and market themselves in a position where, yet again, a world champion is more, right? A world champion is not just a fighter, but you a brand, you a business, you a professional, right? And I just don't see a lot of guys doing what I'm doing right now.
No, I agree. And just to close out, I just feel like sometimes in this sport, it's like fans get attached to who they want to see, or just people in general. These narratives exist. You don't come from a big camp. I don't have a big name in the coaching, and it's like people want to have their particular group of people that they crown for this. But if you look at the numbers, it speaks for itself. I might not come from the same background as Trevor Whitman or Henry Hoof, but I feel like the resume is starting to build itself.
Right,
and I feel like the things that you've been able to do, nobody's been able to do come close to that. So we'll show everybody June 14th.
100%.
Co-main event on that same card, of course, is Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. Number 7 for Rose, number 11 for Miranda Maverick. How do you see that fight playing out?
For Rose and Maverick.
No. Rose Namajunas. I'm sorry.
Rose. Okay.
Rose Namajunas. Miranda.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Right? No, that's a big fight. Shout out to Rose, man. She's still a killer. She's still doing her thing. But hold on, this is has she had a last win?
She's on a 1-fight win streak.
Win streak. Who was that last fight?
Let me see. No, she lost to Erin Blanchfield.
Yep.
One loss to Erin Blanchfield. Miranda's on a 4-fight win streak.
All right, Blanchfield. Okay.
We saw that fight played out too.
No, 100%. I think with Rose, doing what she do, right? Hopefully she's able to bounce back from this loss, Maverick, right, is who she fight?
Yeah, Miranda Maverick.
And she's still young too, right? She's young.
Yeah, I think she's 27. I think Rose is like 33.
Okay. I mean, it should be a good fight. But I think Maverick is good on the ground. Taking girls down. She got some good size on her too. She puts a lot of good weight on a lot of girls and stuff like that to get her wins. But I'm gonna go with Rose on this one.
I'm gonna pick the same one as you. I'm gonna go with Rose only because I feel like this is a huge step up in competition for Miranda Maverick. I don't feel like she's fought anybody to the level of Rose Namajunas. Rose has some losses on her record. Obviously, she's been a world champion. We've seen the things she's been able to do. She has a good team behind her. And I think that for Miranda Maverick to beat Rose, she'll have to rise to the occasion. I think that Rose is already fought at the level Miranda Maverick is at. So I'm going to go with the championship experience. Now, you already know, it depends what Rose we see. Sometimes she can be a slow starter, and then other times she looks like the world champion that we've seen before. So, but I'm going to go Rose. I think she's going to rise to the occasion and have one of her best performances.
All right, shout out to the thug.
Yeah, okay, we got the same on that one. Also, we got Edmen Shahbazyan taking on Andre Petroski.
Okay. That should be a good one.
Yeah, I think that's a great that's a great fight for the fans. How do you see that fight playing out?
Edmen Shahbazyan, bro. You know, I think he coming into his own. I know he on a win streak right now.
He on a one fight win streak.
He on a one fight. Edmen?
Yeah, we could look it up.
No, look that up.
Yeah, he 1-1 in his last 2.
Oh, he 1-1, but his last fight he got a good knockout though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm thinking about. But anyway though, you know, Andre Petroski, you already know he. I think they train together though.
Oh really? I have no clue.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know nobody's story in this.
But Andre, you know, he's gonna try to grapple, right? He's not gonna try to stand up. And
he be throwing the pegs a little bit.
Yeah, nah. He need to stick to what
he
he
gonna be a booty warrior.
right. He need to stick to what he know for sure. But it should be a good fight. You know what I mean? Striker versus grappler. But who am I running with this one? You know, like I said, if Edmond been working on that takedown defense, he should be able to get this win.
All right. Earlier I said Edmond, but then I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna go with Petroski. I didn't realize my guy was on a
2-fight lose streak.
Petroski on a 2-fight losing. I thought he was on a 3-fight win streak. Who was his last fight against? Please look it up for me.
Yeah, right here.
While we got it, but I'm just gonna.
While we got some time.
Yeah, while we get.
So what made you change your mind?
He's just had trouble with that style before. Both of them actually kind of.
Oh, he's 1-1. Sorry, he's 1-1.
Yeah, you both 1-1.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry. They have the grappling stuff in here for some reason. You were correct. He's got for the UFC. He's got a 3-fight win streak going on.
So he on a 3. Sorry. No, you good. He on a 3-fight win streak. He's just shown to be able to strike and wrestle well with each other. Mm-hmm. And we've seen Edmen Shahbazyan have trouble with Derek Brunson and that kind of pressure, heavy style, ground and pound style. The only thing, like I said, they both do have a similar problem, in my opinion, where when the fights gets a little tough, it seems like sometimes they find a way out. But I think that Petroski's found his stride, and Shabbazian is pretty close to, you know, those ups and downs. I think Petroski could turn the corner, where I feel like Edmond is at that make or break period where, you know, he needs to string some wins together. So I'm going to go with momentum on this one and go with Andre Petroski. Right. Now, with my guy being on a 3-fight win streak, if he puts away Edmen Shahbazyan, do you think he should fight a ranked guy next, or what do you see for him?
I mean, for both guys, right? You know, especially for Edmond, he's been in the game long enough, right? But I think this fight between both fighters should, you know, catapult, you know, for bigger and better things.
Okay. Cody Garbrandt is fighting Hani Barcelos, as you said. That old guy.
That old guy. I mean, I guess they both around the same age. Though.
No, Cody's only 33.
He only 33?
I think so. We can look that up. I don't think
Cody is 33 years old.
How old is homeboy though?
He's 38. He's 38.
38.
Yeah, he's up there. But no. But
no, Cody, no love. I'm gonna rock with that. Man. He gonna touch that old chin. You know, I believe I haven't watched much of Homeboy, but he did beat that prospect though.
He did. He's on a 2-fight win streak.
Mm-hmm.
His last fight, he ended up finishing. What did he finish? Peyton Top?
Decision by unanimous.
Yeah, but he whooped that ass,
but he was whooping his ass though.
No. So he told that boy to take the trash out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, boy, that shit was crazy. But I believe with Cody though, you know what I mean, being in those big fights and big wars that he's been through. You know, I think that, you know, the Cody of old will pop out in this fight.
I'm gonna go with the old guy. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with Hani Barcelos. Although I wouldn't be mad. This is just predictions. I'm not rooting for anybody. If Cody turns the corner, obviously I feel like at the age of 33, especially fighting at bantamweight, you have way more room to, you know, go to a title. So it's like I'm not really rooting for anybody. But I think sometimes, like I said, momentum plays a factor. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think Cody's been in a lot of wars.
Yeah.
Barcelos has a lot of power, but That chin has been tested before, so I can see Cody getting a vintage knockout. I'm still gonna go on my pick, but you kind of just swayed me a little bit. Then we got I can't even say his name. Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Cody Brundage. How do you see that?
I know Cody Brundage. Who the other dude? I know Cody Brundage. Who the other dude
though? For context, my guy Abdul-Malik is 8-0.
He's an MMA Masters dude.
MMA Masters.
2-0 in the UFC. And he's been knocking guys out.
I don't know much, but he been knocking fools out.
I believe so.
He a brother? That's Abdul, nigga.
Yeah,
That's a muscle.
Yeah, he was in the Contender Series too.
Okay, all right. I haven't seen him fight before, but you know, Cody Brundage, you know, he a tough fighter.
He is.
You know, but yeah, I don't know much about Abdul, but
yeah, you know,
a lot of first round stoppages.
It's gonna be a tough fight for Cody, but I think experience goes to Cody Brundage. Cody's on a 1-fight win streak. He's bounced back after the Bo Nickel submission, you know. So, you know, I feel like this is a good place for Cody. Fight a young buck, you know, kind of moving his way through. The only thing about Cody is I've heard he's extremely talented, and some of his performances don't live up to how good he is at MMA. Okay. So against somebody who's a finisher, that can, you know, you can't be a slow starter against guys like that. Right. So I could get my guy Cody in trouble. So
what's up, man? You went over there. What's going on?
They making it look like Cody is a big underdog.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Cody's an underdog, but you know, I'm gonna roll with the young buck only because I feel like that always hard to take sometimes.
No, I got you. I'm gonna ride with Cody, man. We're gonna see what that experience talking about.
All right. We also, the last one on the main card, we got Alonzo Menifield taking. Yeah. The only dude with a bigger chest than you in the UFC.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Itty bitty titties. Yeah. Versus Omar Sy. I've never seen an Omar Sy fight. I don't believe so. But he does have a huge reach advantage. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And he's undefeated, 2-0 in the UFC as well.
All right. 2-0 in the UFC. Is he undefeated overall?
Yeah, 11-0.
Yeah, he came from KSW. Looks like a lot of guys cancel fights on him.
I think
what's his name again? Sy?
Omar Sy. Sy.
Where you from?
He's a French cat.
He a French cat. Yeah, them French boys been trying to pop out.
He trains with that guy that's in PFL that they got all that stock in, the French guy.
That big dude? Kind of bigger than Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, he trains
That's a
with
big
him.
boy right there. I don't know, man. I'm gonna support my man Alonzo. I don't know much about the French dude, but man, I'm gonna go with my what they call it. Like if we was Pokemon, nigga, that'd be my next evolution. To Alonzo.
Your Charizard to your Charmeleon or whatever. Yeah. Hopefully I got that right.
Yeah, man, I'm going
I don't know yet. I've never seen the other dude fight. He has been finishing everybody. Alonzo just got a victory. I'm gonna go with my guy Alonzo Menifield. I think, you know, just that power for him and that, you know, that experience in the cage, but you know, somebody gonna get spun. So
hey man, shit.
This dude is 6'4".
Yeah, they both big dudes. Now on the prelims,
good prelims.
We got Paul Craig taking on Rodolfo Balato.
Ooh, get your ointment, nigga.
Oh my god! So this fight got canceled.
At first,
right?
Yeah.
Now, do you know the reason why it got canceled?
I heard, but you can go ahead.
No, I'm not sure. I heard there was a medical situation.
Yeah. I don't even know if you can disclose it because
I don't. They put.
But I think he put it. No. They ain't put it out. He put it out.
Oh, he put it out.
Yeah. What did he say again?
I think he said something about an outbreak. I'm not sure.
Little outbreak.
That's what I heard.
Little staff. That's probably staff, wasn't it?
MRSA? I'm not sure. A pimple.
That's a medical issue.
A medical
issue.
Well, I said allegedly. I did hear it was herpes allegedly. I'm not sure.
Probably just a little cold.
I have a question off of this fight. Would you ever fight another fighter with herpes?
That's why I'm debating on fighting Ian Gary. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I ain't gonna lie to you. When you say openly that you got it, and hold on, the fight got canceled because you had a little outbreak.
He had an outbreak.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna sit by you.
You can't discriminate though. I thought these hands were ready for everybody.
Nah. Unless we got some, unless I got some protection on.
A few restrictions.
A few restrictions.
I got you. That makes sense. I respect that. But anyway, let's get into the matchup. Who do you have winning this fight? And I guess how? We should have did how too, but that's okay.
I would say this, right? Paul Craig is probably gonna try to keep this fight on the feet. and probably use them long legs to keep that distance. You know. I haven't watched much of her. Is it Hernandez, right? Last name?
Nah, Balato.
Balato, my bad. I don't know why I call that nigga.
Adolfo Balato. I think it's how you say his name.
Balato?
Yeah, it's Bellato.
Balato. All right. Anyways, though, I haven't watched much of his fighting. But if I'm Paul Craig, you know what I mean, I'm using my reach, I'm using my length, you know, against this dude. But you already know what Paul Craig bread and butter, you know, taking guys to the ground, getting nice and close. But
so you feel like he afraid to go to the ground because dude might have an outbreak?
Yeah, I would be.
Nah, I think Paul Craig, once you sign up for it. You about that life.
So he gonna put that Braveheart mask on.
Once you take the fight, you assume all risk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, that's crazy.
It is what it is.
Nah, you know? Right though.
Paul Craig a savage.
Yeah, nigga, you could die, or you can, you know what I'm saying, get.
You said if you take that fight, you accept death. Hey, some things last for life, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I don't know much about the other dudes, so I'm gonna roll with Paul Craig. You know, okay. I think he's gonna get a submission, a crafty submission.
I'll rock with that.
You rock with Paul Craig by submission? Cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, okay, we got Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee.
Oh, his. All right. Nah. This is a good fight right here.
No, I think it's a perfect matchup.
Yeah, perfect. I believe with both of their styles, with both of them being heavy grapplers, I can see Chiesa going out there and Court going out there to really kind of throw their hands. You know, this fight, if it go to the ground, you know, you learn a little something. But you know, it's something about those grapplers, like you said, they like to turn us to strikers. So we might see a little war, but you know, back and forth with this one.
Man, I can see this fight being a grappling match only because Chiesa, he's a grappler, man. That's like really what he sticks to. Even when he fought like Neil Magny, you know, I mean, I feel like he always tries to get the fight to the ground. That's just kind of his thing or whatever. But I'm gonna go with Chiesa by finish. I want to say TKO, but I can see a sub in there. And the only reason I'm saying that. Court's crafty. I think he got a win in his last fight when we was in Utah. Yeah. So shout out to him for that. But I just think when Chiesa was at his peak, he was a ranked guy and he fought stiffer competition. Court was kind of always middle of the pack. So I think Chiesa, his experience at a high level will show in that fight. That's what we'll go with. Okay. And I think Court got a couple years on him too.
Yeah, he do.
So those miles add up. We got Cody Duron versus Jose Ochoa. Never heard the other guy.
Never heard the other dude.
So yeah.
Cody from here though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he from Atlanta.
Oh, he from hometown.
Bro. Hometown, bro.
Home field advantage.
Yeah. So you know we will ride with Cody Duron just because of you know what I'm saying home field advantage. But yeah, I ain't never heard of that last dude.
Let me see. My guy. Cause I had something on him. Nah, I ain't got nothing on him. I lied. Sorry. Yeah, Cody Duron. Then.
That the first fight?
It's two more.
Yeah. He trains out of Diego Lima, the Lima gym. He's part of their team.
Bet.
We probably called, but I'm gonna go Cody Duron just because I seen what he done. He's a real good wrestler. You know, he's fought some tough guys in the division. That's a tough fight for anybody in the division. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Cody Duron.
They lost in 2023 against Kavanaugh.
Okay. Then we got a banger. Honestly, this would probably surprise me. This ain't higher on the list, but that just speaks to how good the card is for. You and Usman's card, Ricky Simone versus Charles Jordane. That's a banger, low-key.
That is a banger. Dang, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the second, the second fight on the whole card.
That's a tough fight to actually pick. But if I was to make a toss-up, I go with Charles Jordane. You know, just with the movement, right? But Ricky ain't no slouch. You know what I mean? Ricky tough as hell. You know, bites down on the mouthpiece when necessary, man, to throw them hands. I don't really see much grappling going on in this one. I just see a little banger starting off.
I'm gonna say Ricky Simone, and he gonna use that wrestling. I think he has to. I think Charles Jordane has great striking and good distance control, and his submissions is good too. But Ricky Simone, I think he has to be a pressure guy and try to mix in his takedowns with that power, and I think he can end up catching Jordane or getting him tired and getting a good TKO. So that's my goal. I'm gonna go with Ricky Simone, actually by decision. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, nice.
And then. Sorry, ladies. I've never seen these two females fight. I'm sorry. Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth. That's me flipping a coin 50-50.
I bet.
Jamie's Miranda's last victory.
Either way, you know how I do this sometimes.
Wait. That's her last victory? And And they put it on the first.
I don't know who that is. But hey, respect. I'm sure
Respect, yeah,
I will know
yeah,
your name
most
after this event. No
100%.
disrespect. I just haven't had the opportunity to watch y'all ladies fight. But you know who wins? Both ladies, because they get a chance to make their name on a pretty big card. And I feel like this is how you get to know new fighters when they're in the UFC. So I say both. I say both women win.
100.
So we have some fun stuff to talk about. The first one, we were talking about this earlier. Actually, I'll let you introduce it because it's your idea. It's not my idea, so I want you to introduce it. We were talking if random fight scenarios, what ifs, and you came up with a great one. So I'm alley-oop it to you.
So look, if we was to do this like little fantasy matchup, right? Everybody talking about the one gorilla versus 100 man, but let's put a little twist on this, right?
Okay.
Would you rather fight 1 Francis Ngannou versus 5 Mighty Mouses? Who you going with? Which one?
It's easy. Francis is gonna send me to the king. I'm gonna take a nice nap. I'm not gonna remember it. 5 Mighty Mouses, fast, tactful, arguably the GOAT, skill wise. I have Mighty Mouse as the best, not the greatest, but the best fighter in MMA all time. Shout out Mighty Mouse for having us on your podcast, by the way. That's not why I said it. But I would rather fight Francis Ngannou because I feel like I just get knocked the fuck out and then it's over. I feel like Mighty Mouse is going to be tearing my limbs, elbowing me, taking me down, getting me tired, and it's just going to be a lifetime of bad memories.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to really think about it and really sit back, you know. But I realized though, right, when you fighting a dude like Francis, like you said, he gonna take your head off. You know what I'm saying? He gonna decapitate you, right? And he just gonna be slinging them things. There ain't really know where you can go. But with Mighty Mouse, I really got to thinking. I was like, you know, I love Mighty Mouse. And with all the things you said, that nigga is the GOAT, dog. He one of the best, dog. But they call him Mighty Mouse for a reason, bro. I'm going to get about good 2-3 Mighty Mouses out of there, cuz. I made a couple side kicks, bro, flying D's, whatever, because, you know, I still got size on me, bro. I still got some good weight. But so I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Like, I think I can handle 5 Mighty Mouses. Hey, no disrespect, Mighty Mouse. No disrespect.
What did Mighty Mouse walk around? Like 140?
But we talking about 125 flyweight, though.
Okay, so but on the night of the fight, he probably bought 140.
You think so?
135. Okay?
135. We'll put 135.
Okay, 135. I'm no mathematician, but that's a lot of weight, man.
That is. All right. But him coming at me at one time, ooh, no diddy. But him just, you know, charging, and I'm just thinking like my length is going to be too long, bro.
But what if he got you circled? That nigga fast, quick, athletic. You don't think one gonna get through? And then you try to kick the other one. This ain't this. You think there's rush hour where you just gonna go one by one by one?
Man,
nah.
you seen Power Rangers before?
Yeah, I seen
how
it.
they was handling them, getting busy with them. I'm talking about everybody. Boom, boom. Like, man, I got good techniques, man, with these kicks, bro. Y'all just ain't seen them yet.
I believe.
But my thing is, man, I'm picking my 5 Mighty Mouses.
All right, so let's scale this then. Okay, so you take 5 Mighty Mouses. Would you rather 5 Mighty Mouses, or 100 death sentences?
That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Shout out to Death Sentence out there, man, doing this thing, man, for street beefs. I'm lining up with 100 death sentences, bro. I'm getting every single one of my up out of there.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do you think that test would be?
Now hold on now.
It's 100 of them.
That's 100 of them now. Even though it's death sentence, bro, how much you think he weigh? About the same? Now he got some height though. He got some height on him, yeah. And I don't know why my man don't be wearing no drawers too, even when he fight.
I won't answer the death sentence. He might be a $140, a strong 140. You know what I mean?
But no. I'm lining up 100 death sentences, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm lining up 100 death sentences, bro. I mean, I'm talking about first punch, boom, he already out. That ain't nothing but just 100 punches right there. Nigga, I do that on a daily. Nigga, bow, just on the bag. That's easy work.
Nah, I agree with you only for one reason. I saw him and Mighty Mouse hitting pads. The fact that a 1-2 is confusing him, I'm going to take my chances. 100 of anything sounds crazy. But if you can't do a jab cross, that's like day one in the MMA gym or boxing gym. Right. I'm going to take my chances. No disrespect, that sentence. Don't try me. I don't want to smoke. But yeah, I take him.
No, I think we got it though, man. Hey, man, tell us who you guys will pick. And go down in the comment, man, and run it.
Thank you for watching another episode of Brick Brothers Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. Be a brick.
But I'm not gonna let no one tell me what I can and can't do. I'm a warrior, I'm a soldier, born and raised up in the loop. St. Louis taught me strength, taught me morals and respect. It's the place where it began. So for them, I gotta flex. Took some losses coming up.